understand. Where's the burger place?
Got a favorite burger that's vanished without a trace? Well, find out if it's one of the discontinued fast food burgers we desperately want back.
But food.
The Big and Tasty.
I mean, juicy and succulent.
McDonald's has a history of introducing new and innovative burgers, with the Big Mac being the most famous. Sadly, not every burger the famous franchise has introduced has stuck around. While the Big Mac and Quarter Pounder aren't going anywhere, other fan favorites simply disappeared, much to the chagrin of many customers. The Big and Tasty is one of those burgers that, while fans loved it, it still ended up being discontinued. The Big and Tasty was McDonald's answer to chief rival Burger King's Whopper. In the mid-90s, McDonald's wasn't performing as well as they had in previous years, while BK and Wendy's were slowly but surely closing the gap in fast food sales. McDonald's introduced the Big and Tasty in an attempt to boost sales and take back the share of the marketplace that BK had claimed. With its quarter-pound patty, lettuce, tomato, mayo, and cheese, the Big and Tasty was almost the mirror image of the Whopper and even had the same price tag of 99 cents at the time. Unfortunately, the Big and Tasty didn't have the same impact of the Whopper, and the burger slowly started to disappear from the McD's menu until vanishing completely in the early 2010s. The Big and Tasty can still be found outside the U.S., albeit in altered versions.
Let's get to the chopper!
The Angry Whopper.
The Angry Whopper is for people who can handle their anger, like me.
The Whopper is undoubtedly one of the most popular burgers on the planet, but that doesn't mean that the recipe can't be tweaked every now and then. And that's exactly what the culinary scientists over at Burger King HQ had in mind when they debuted the Angry Whopper. Upon first glance, the Angry Whopper is very similar to its calmer, more cool-headed brother. However, in addition to the flame-broiled patty, lettuce, and tomato, which are all standard, the Angry Whopper is loaded with spicy jalapenos, perfect for setting the roof of your mouth on fire in the best way.
Burn your mouth?
Cannot feel my tongue.
But a few jalapenos aren't the only furious ingredient waiting within the Angry Whopper, as spicy angry sauce and angry onion petals are the reason this Whopper is so hot-headed. Throw in a few slices of smoky bacon, mayo, and cheese, and you have the most delicious angry burger on the market. Unfortunately, the Angry Whopper was only on the BK menu for a limited time, so if you didn't get a chance to burn your lips, you'll have to keep your fingers crossed and hope it makes a limited time comeback.
You could burn yourself and go home.
Taco Bell Beefer.
Hey, I'm Beefer. It's my birthday.
There's nothing wrong with experimenting with an established menu every now and then. However, when a fast food franchise chooses to experiment with a style of food it's not known for, the results can vary. Does McDonald's pizza and mixed spaghetti ring a bell? Remember when the most famous burger franchise in the world decided to offer its customers Italian food? The result? Not so good. However, in the case of Taco Bell, when the Mexican food chain stepped out of its comfort zone, the result was the Taco Bell Beefer. This food experiment was essentially a Mexican, or more accurately, a taco hamburger.
The burger special, the tacos burger special.
Filled with seasoned taco beef, cheese, lettuce, and tomato, all packed between two hamburger buns instead of a taco shell. This fusion between an American classic and iconic Mexican street food first showed up on the Taco Bell menu back in the 1970s, and was actually well received by customers who sampled it. Unfortunately, the Beefer wasn't long for this world and was discontinued. However, fans of the Mexican burger have been petitioning for the Beefer to make a comeback. Taco Bell definitely gets major points for thinking outside the box for the Taco Bell Beefer, though the chain loses points for breaking their "think outside the bun" slogan.
See, you gotta be creative. You gotta think outside the bun.
New to BabbleTop? Then how about hitting that subscribe button? It's not like we're asking you to try and say the alphabet backwards. Thanks.
H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P.
Big Bacon Cheddar.
You were Big Cheddar?
Despite Wendy's being the third biggest burger franchise on the planet, the chain has never really had a flagship burger on par with the Big Mac or Whopper. The burger chain is known for iconic burgers such as the Big Bacon Classic, Dave's Double, and Triple, but these burgers have never been known as the franchise's signature burger. However, Wendy's is known for having some of the most innovative and tasty burgers of any franchise. The Pretzel Bacon Pub Triple, the Baconator, and the Bacon Mushroom Melt are just a few examples of Wendy's menu variety when it comes to burgers. Another thing Wendy's is known for is their love of bacon.
Where's the bacon?
In fact, you'd be hard-pressed to find a burger without a few strips of smoky deliciousness, and we're all just fine with that. So when Wendy's introduced the Big Bacon Cheddar as the newest burger, fans were super pleased. But no one was too shocked, as the chain does love themselves some bacon. The Big Bacon Cheddar features strips of applewood smoked bacon, crispy fried onions, regular cheese, and a creamy cheddar sauce, all resting underneath a toasted cheddar cheese bun. As delicious as this burger was, it was discontinued to make room for the Pretzel Bacon Pub Burger. But really, Wendy's, isn't there room for both burgers?
I could only want one thing.
I don't.
The McPlant.
Well, this is a nothing burger.
Healthy options are on many people's minds when it comes to food nowadays. With GMOs, preservatives, and dietary restrictions, it's hard not to overthink your food choices, especially when it comes to fast food. Granted, if you're dining at your local burger joint, you're likely not too concerned with caloric intake and health, at least not at the moment. However, it is comforting to know that there are options out there for those who have their health on their mind. Recently, fast food chains have been offering up several healthier alternatives such as salads. But the most innovative option has been the plant-based burger. As you'd expect, McDonald's was eventually going to serve up their version of the vegan-friendly, healthier burger.
Read that.
Oh God, vegan.
The result was the McPlant. The McPlant was McDonald's first plant-based burger, which featured lettuce, tomato, pickles, cheese, and a Beyond Meat patty. Unfortunately, the healthier plant-based burger wasn't met with cheers by customers, and the burger was discontinued only 6 months after its debut in select cities across the country. It didn't take long for the McPlant to become a McBust.
Do you get my joke?
Bacon and Blue Burger.
It's blue. Why is it blue?
Once again, Wendy's doesn't fail to disappoint when it comes to new and exciting burger creations. This time, the franchise decided to venture into the world of exotic cheese and, of course, bacon, because, you know, it's Wendy's. Blue cheese isn't exactly the most popular cheese in this part of the world. It's mostly found in French cooking, and the only place you're likely to encounter blue cheese is in the form of dip next to your fresh batch of buffalo wings.
How very French of you.
However, the culinary maestros over at Wendy's HQ decided to be bold and utilize blue cheese in all its tangy glory with the Bacon and Blue Burger. The Bacon and Blue featured lettuce, tomato, sautéed onions, and 4 strips of applewood smoked bacon on a brioche bun. But the star of the show was the tangy blue cheese crumble, melting ever so slowly onto the crispy bacon, and a creamy steakhouse sauce just for good measure. Sadly, this popular burger was discontinued with no real reason as to why. Wendy's has developed a reputation for offering limited-time burgers to its loyal customers. Perhaps the franchise lives by the motto, keep them wanting more. Who knows?
Give me one more.
The Arch Deluxe.
Yes, a deluxe package.
What's better than one signature burger? 2, of course. Most, if not all, McDonald's burgers could make a run at signature burger status. However, the company has always fallen back on the classic Big Mac as their signature burger. Well, it seems like the franchise wanted a new signature burger back in 1996. A burger that was more adult than their other items, and the result was the Arch Deluxe. When McDonald's introduced the Arch Deluxe, it was the first premium burger in the chain's history. The Arch Deluxe featured artisan ingredients like lettuce, tomato, cheese, pickles, onions, signature mayo mustard, a quarter-pound patty, all on a potato flour sesame bun. Oh, and an option to add peppered bacon if you were so inclined. Unfortunately, this new premium adult burger came with a hefty price tag.
I want to be a baby again.
While the franchise did put a lot of money and effort into the marketing of the Arch Deluxe, the sales were less than impressive, and the burger's price was reduced before finally being discontinued. The Arch Deluxe has made a few attempted comebacks over the years, but ultimately experienced the same fate and is currently keeping the McPizza, McSpaghetti, and Hula Burger Company in McD's purgatory.
Thank you for reminding me of my endless purgatory.
The Double Down.
Double down, baby, double down.
Yes, KFC's Double Down isn't a burger per se, it's a chicken sandwich. But how could anyone overlook this glorious chicken sandwich? The day some food genius thought, gee, I'm a bit bored with the standard chicken sandwich, so I'm gonna take these 2 fried chicken breasts and use them as the bread, history was made. Whether the idea came about on 420 or was simply a matter of someone at KFC being out of buns and in a state of hunger emergency will never be known. What is known is the Double Down is a chicken sandwich in reverse, and we're all the better for it. But it's not a sandwich unless there's something in the center, right? That's where the crispy bacon, melted cheese, and special sauce come in. Why this burger was discontinued and not a main menu item is anyone's guess, but the Double Down does reappear on the KFC menu occasionally, so keep your eyes peeled.
Doubling down, doubling down.
Chop House Cheddar Burger.
What? You can what? My what burger?
Whataburger is often an overlooked burger chain. This is mainly due to all of its locations being in the southeastern and southwestern U.S. However, the Texas burger chain has been around for over 70 years, almost as long as McDonald's, and has been serving up burgers, fries, and chicken sandwiches to hungry Southerners ever since. What sets Whataburger apart from the competition is their Texas-sized portions and the ability to customize your burger. That should be enough of a selling point for most, but it doesn't end there. In addition to burger customization, Whataburger also serves up a few signature burgers for those who are too hungry to waste their time trying to customize their burger.
Want me to make you a burger?
One such burger is the Chop House Cheddar Burger. This burger is loaded with 2 beef patties, mounds of shredded, melted cheddar cheese, grilled onions, 2 strips of bacon, and creamy steak sauce. That's a lot of flavors for your mouth to take in. Perhaps too much, as the burger was discontinued shortly after its debut back in 2009. Though the Chop House Cheddar did resurface the following year, albeit for a limited time. The Chop House Cheddar does have a vocal fan base petitioning for its return. Hopefully the folks up at Whataburger HQ are listening.
We infiltrate their headquarters.
While we browse through a few honorable mentions to satisfy that appetite, go ahead and give us the honor of you hitting that like button. Burger King Burger Shot. White Castle isn't the only burger chain that can whip up a slider. BK released miniature burgers called Burger Shots back in 2009. These mini burgers came in pairs and were very similar to Burger Buddies, other mini burgers that BK served up back in the early 90s. Sadly, the Burger Shots were discontinued due to their size causing prep problems. Wendy's Gouda Bacon Cheeseburger. Leave it to Wendy's to bring cheese and bacon together in yet another glorious burger. This time, the burger franchise decided to experiment with creamy aged Gouda. The Gouda Bacon Cheeseburger featured Gouda, of course, applewood smoked bacon, which goes without saying, garlic aioli, and Swiss Gruyere fondue sauce, because why stop at just Gouda? Once again, it seems Wendy's only wanted to tantalize their customers and discontinued this cheese lover's dream. Now for our last discontinued burger.
To be continued.
Totes! Can't wait!
Mini Sirloin Burger.
Maybe you should maximize it?
Much like Whataburger, Jack in the Box isn't as mainstream as its mega chain cousins. However, this doesn't mean that the franchise serves up anything less than delicious burgers. This was definitely the case for the mini sirloin burgers Jack in the Box introduced in 2007. These tiny, slider-like burgers were famous for featuring sirloin beef, which was a first for any fast food chain to do.
Have you ever had sirloin steak, honey?
The mini sirloin burgers could also be customized with cheese, onions, and were actually a bit healthier than your average burger, as sirloin beef is much leaner than regular ground beef. Unfortunately, these little guys were discontinued back in 2011. The little burgers that could actually couldn't in this case, despite their popularity. Though the mini sirloins did make a brief comeback in 2014, they are now just a delicious memory.
Don't remind me, I can still taste it.
We're serving up great videos 24/7. Just tap or click, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell to join our notification squad.